Oh, twisted like spaghetti. How'd they do that?
You know, what's going on here? As if that's normal, eh? As if that's normal to have twisted iron girders just hanging around, eh?
Here. And again, like this guy here in Florida, like he really, if you buy that story, you heard that story, the guy in Florida who did this too, he did the same thing here in his backyard. And what they say is that he did this, and he lifted these big stones of coral or something, they call them coral, and he lifted these stones up with ice cream cones in his hands. And he levitated the blocks with these ice cream cones. That's what they said, right? That's the story. But uh, it ain't nothing new, baby. Look at this. Same thing here. So there's nothing special about that guy. And they're doing the same thing here. So give me a break. You know?
Now, you know what? You know who I'm talking about. Edward Lead Scullin from Florida, Coral Castle. First of all, they're not coral. It's not coral. It's not made of coral. It's made of limestone. Second, they're not limestone blocks. We know what limestone is. They're bricks. And limestone, yes, and yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Coral Castle is a brick structure, ruins. Sure, he may have shaped a couple of planets and planetoids and moons and crescent moons out of likely what we just saw here. You know, that circle, that circular bit here. Let me back up. So what you're going to see at Coral Castle here, I'll show you an example, is pretty much the guy, what he did was, this liar, he pretty much shaped same thing going on there. On the same circular thing on the same base here and everything in Florida at Coral Castle. And what he's done is he's clearly shaped a couple of these, or maybe he found them that way. And he's taken off a couple of some material here, and he's pretty much turned these into crescent moons. These into crescent moons here like this. And then he's made a couple of planets out of some other things, you know, made a little Saturn planet looking deal. You know, just, you know, who's he fooling? Not me. Let me show you what I mean. Because the bricks are present, baby. You better believe it. So I'm gonna jump over to the Google screen here. Let me show you what we're talking about. Here's Coral Castle. The guy's a liar, okay? So let's take a look here. What are these in Coral Castle? Yes, they're fucking bricks. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break. These aren't walls. These aren't walls of coral. These aren't walls of it's not coral. They say it's limestone. The narrative says it's limestone. Here's this quarry. Yeah, quarry. Yeah, they're bricks. Okay, it's not no quarry. They're bricks. Okay, melted in with the limestone. Yes, the limestone is the brick. The brick is the limestone. Okay, you see it right here. Coral Castle is a fraud. Give me a break. He didn't do shit. But carve a couple of ugly planets out of these ruins. Let me show you. Well, let's see here. What else do we got here? What are they showing us here? You know, obviously there was likely a clock right there in that hole right there. He didn't carve that. There's likely a clock there. There's all types of fittings of stuff inside of this melt that was already there. Look at this, fittings in there. What do you do there? What do you do? What did he do? Those nails sticking out of this stuff? You know, come on. He didn't do any of this stuff. It's melted. And look at all the red flakes of red brick everywhere. These red flakes in this limestone. All the red brick flakes here. See all those red brick flakes right here? You're damn straight you do. Now, melted steps. He's carving melted steps, eh? He's carving melted steps, eh? Don't walk on coral. Well, they say it's not coral. They say it's limestone. I can show you that in a moment. Here's the melted steps. Check it out. There ain't no blocks here. Right? This is all melt. Oh, well, are we gonna walk up it or not? Look, where's the blocks? It's all one solid melted chunk here. I don't see any blocks. I don't see any blocks. I see bricks. There's no blocks here. Where's the blocks that he laid by himself? And here's the story. Here's the thing. They say that he built this castle all by himself. All by himself. And a couple of school children were walking home one day and saw him levitating the blocks with a couple of ice cream cones in his hands. Okay, that's what Michael Tellinger tells us. Okay, that's what Michael Tellinger tells us. Okay, that fraud as well. But anywho, so getting back to it, yeah, Coral Castle is just a melted site of ruins. Let me show you a quick image of it from a distance. Let's just back up here. Let me show you the mess of ruins that this place really is. He opened it in 1920. It took him 28 years to build the place by himself. The mystery is that nobody knows how he built it. He says that he knew the secrets to the Great Pyramid and how they were built, and that we could, if he could figure out the secrets, we could too. Here's those circular bits that he that look exactly the same as what we saw in Minneapolis. That he we just chipped off and shaved. He obviously had some power tools, because I see power tool marks on the limestone in some images. But wait, what am I doing here? Let me jump back to where I wanted to go. Here we go. So so it's a limestone structure built by this fellow here, they say. But let me find it. This is it right here. Single-handedly carved the stone and lifted it. And now here's what they say. So here's the place. It's just a mess. Just a big mess, okay? You see a couple of planets over here, okay? You got a couple of planetoids, a couple of balls that were probably just already there. And these look exactly the same. And look at the base that they sit on. The base that they sit on, same as Minneapolis, see? The same fucking thing, okay? He's made a couple of moons, a couple of planetoids, and a couple of seats, you know? He didn't do anything here. He didn't do anything here. He didn't lift these stones with ice cream cones in his hands, with ice cream cone devices or something like that. No. And here we go. Ed said, read right here. He knew the secrets to the ancient pyramids. And if he could learn them, you can learn them too. So they're insulting us. And let's move on. Oops. The bottom here. 9-ton gate. So he's moving 9-ton gates around by himself. They say, so what is the wonder? The wonders of this place are, what could cause a man to spend 28 years by himself carving out the Coral Castle? Perhaps to illustrate ancient sciences that defy gravity? Or maybe just sheer raw human determination? You know what, I'd say neither. The guy was a joke artist. Love you all. Take care.